Today, I will explain to you 3 steps you can follow to end any toxic relationship with a narcissistic person. And not only that, these steps will help you deal with any toxic relationship that harms you, whether it's within the family, outside of it, or at work. If you follow these steps and apply them in your daily life, I promise you that you won't interact with narcissistic people again, and they will stay away from you and avoid you. Although my way of speaking is in the form of addressing to facilitate information transfer, it's essential to know that everything we discuss about narcissism is not specific to any particular gender, whether it's women or men. The narcissistic personality we're talking about could be either a man or a woman. Thank you very much for your support. If you find this content useful, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for helping share this message with those who can benefit from it. Today, we will talk about 3 simple and effective steps you can take to easily end any toxic relationship. These steps might seem easy in discussion, but in practice, they can be somewhat challenging. However, after implementing them, you will find them effective in ending any toxic relationship, including narcissistic ones. The first step to end a toxic relationship is to ensure that the decision comes from within your heart, and the person making the decision to end the relationship is you. To end a toxic relationship with a narcissistic person, you don't need permission from anyone else. You don't need to validate the matter and write lengthy messages to the narcissist explaining the reasons for ending the relationship. You should be prepared to make the decision and execute it without the need for any discussions or dialogues. If you explain your intentions to the narcissist and the reasons you want to break up, you might give the narcissist a chance to manipulate your mind. They might tell you they will change, but in reality, they won't change and will continue their life as it is. Certainly, you may have encountered similar situations in the past where the other person promised to change but didn't follow through. However, now the decision must truly come from within your heart, and you must be fully convinced that there's no turning back. You won't allow more endless lies, deceit, and harm. When the decision truly comes from within your heart, the narcissist will be over for you. No need for further explanation or discussion, just make the decision and move forward. Folks, don't underestimate the importance of the first step in the decision you might take, because without this decision stemming from your heart, there won't be any subsequent steps. If you're watching this episode and feel you're not ready to make such a decision, or that this decision doesn't come from your heart, it's best not to proceed, as what comes after won't be beneficial or logical for you. Believe me, folks, the first step is the most crucial in this entire process. Without this decision originating from your heart, there won't be any step you can take, and any instructions regarding this matter won't make sense at all. The next step in getting rid of any toxic relationship is learning how to say no. Don't accept anything that doesn't suit you, no matter what it is, and you don't need to provide excuses for rejecting anything you don't want. Some might respond to this step by saying that the word no infuriates narcissists greatly and makes them worse. However, the only thing you need to do is say no, regardless of the narcissist's reaction. You can face it like a crying child who wants something, but you've refused and said no. The reason simply is that you've decided in the first step to end the relationship, so the outcome of saying no won't concern you. If you're concerned about the narcissist's reaction and can't say no, then you didn't decide to break up from the start, and you didn't make the initial decision that leads to subsequent steps. That's why I said that the first step is the most important, as it leads to the next steps. And without it, any talk of ending the relationship is illogical. Always let your answer to anything be no, no matter how angry the other person becomes towards you. Let them get angry as they want, and let them recognize you anew. What you're doing is changing your entire pattern and life situation, as this word no isn't something they're used to hearing from you. They might have never thought they'd hear it from you someday, due to their continuous reliance on your response to any of their requests or signals. In the event of the narcissist's persistence, they might distance themselves from you or leave you. But is that a bad thing or a good thing? It might actually be a good thing because it means this person isn't suitable for you, and thus shouldn't be a part of your life. All you need to do at this stage is to say no to the narcissist, even after their fit of anger and yelling. This will make them leave you and stay away, as they'll see that you're not responding to any of their reactions. However, they might try to approach someone else for their supply later on. So you also need to think about it and realize that this step isn't necessary, and the decision must come from within you. If the decision isn't truly from within you and doesn't come from your heart, the next step will be shaky and not solid. The narcissist will then know that you're weak and that you say anything without discernment. Ultimately, the third step is complaining. Certainly, you've gone through a tough period with the narcissist, enduring continuous abuse and cruelty. Sometimes you might have complained to someone about this issue, but with no result. One very important thing is that many people who've suffered from toxic relationships always see themselves as a different person, and not as they were before entering a relationship with the narcissist. They've noticed a significant change after this toxic relationship. Therefore, it's essential to change your entire lifestyle pattern, as the life system you had with the narcissist has become an indispensable routine. The relationship with the narcissist was like an addiction, and everything that happened during it was a psychological struggle and unbearable torment. It made it hard for you to find any time to think about yourself, or do something you love or engage in a hobby you enjoyed. The third step is to begin setting a new system for your life and start doing everything you've missed or loved, or reconnect with true friendships that genuinely care for you. Try going to new places, visit friends, relatives, and family you've been deprived of, and try traveling if possible to see new things. The important thing is to completely change your life pattern. Nothing prevents you from considering how to address this issue, but without much consideration, you should completely change your life system and the routine you were living with the narcissist. You should focus your energy on breaking free from this toxic relationship and work on strengthening yourself and improving your mental and physical state. Seek help from friends, family, or mental health professionals if necessary, and don't forget to be patient and determined, as it might take some time until you can recover and feel safe and stable again.